Good morning, students. Today I am explaining session 34. In session 34 of corporate law subject of third semester, we will discuss in regarding to types of corporate meetings. So in corporate meetings, the second concept is types of meetings. This concept is very important because in so many examination, this topic has to be covered. So that's why you have to be prepared for the types of corporate meetings. So in the recap of previous class, we discussed about the corporate meetings, meaning and definition. Now, the learning objectives of this session, students can be aware about the types of meetings in the companies. This session outcomes. In this session, students are clearly understands different types of meetings conducted in a company. Now let us start with the types of meeting. First, there are three types of meetings. First one is shareholders meeting, second directors meeting, third other meetings. So now first start with the shareholders meeting. Under this, statutory meeting, annual general meeting, extraordinary general meeting, class meeting. Next, on the part of directors meeting, meetings of the board of directors and meetings of the committee of directors and other meetings, meetings of debenture holders, meeting of creditors, meetings of creditors and contributories, and the winding up of the company. So these are all some of the important types of meetings. Now let us start with the first one, shareholders meeting. These meetings are also identified as general meetings of the members which are held to work out their combined privileges. The meetings of the shareholders can further be divided into as statutory meetings, annual general meetings, extraordinary general meeting and class meeting. So these meetings are also identified as a general meetings of the members which are held to work out their combined privileges. Now let us start with the one by one. Statutory meetings under section 165. Statutory meeting must be held after 1 month but before 6 months from the date on which the company is entitled to commence business. Since this meeting is required to be held as per the law, it is called statutory meeting. Now the second one is annual general meetings. It is also in short form called as AGM under section 166. The annual general meeting is regarded as the most important of all the meetings of the company. The purpose of this meeting is to give full information to the members of the company with a view to reviewing and evaluating the overall progress made by it during the year. It is held every year by the company. It is sometimes called ordinary general meeting. Now the third one is extraordinary general meeting. It is also in short form EGM under section 169. Regulation 47 of table A defines all general meetings of a company other than the statutory meeting and annual general meetings are called extraordinary general meetings. These meetings are convened by the company at any time, discuss any urgent and important matters which cannot be postponed to the annual general meetings. The fourth point is class meetings. Section 170. Class meetings which are held by holders of a particular class of shares, example, preference shareholders. Such meetings are normally called when it is proposed to vary the rights of that particular class of shares. At such meetings, these members discuss the pros and cons of the proposal and vote accordingly. The second type of meeting is directors meeting. The directors who need to act in a group in the form of a board. Therefore, the decisions are taken at the meeting of the board of directors. These meetings can be further be divided as meetings of the board of directors, meetings of the committee of directors. So first one is meeting of the board of directors. Meeting of the board of directors is the formal meeting of the board of directors of an organization, held usually at definite intervals to consider policy issues and major problems. It presided over by a chairperson of the organization or his or her appointee. The second one is meeting of the committee of directors. The committee of directors fixes its own rules of procedure, which shall be consistent with the bylaws of the company. The committee shall meet at least 2 times annually or more frequently as circumstances or such rules of procedure as it may adopt require. The third category is other meetings. Other meetings which can be held in a company are as follows. The first one is meetings of debenture holders, meetings of creditors and contributories and the winding up of a company. So this is some of the other meetings categories. The first one, meetings of shareholders, debenture holders. A company issuing debentures may provide for the holding of meetings of the debenture holders. At such meetings, generally matters pertaining to the variation in terms of security or to alteration of their rights are discussed. Meetings of creditors. The company shall cause a meeting of the creditors of the company to be called for the day or the day next following the day on which there is to be held the general meeting of the company, at which the resolution for voluntary winding up is to be proposed. Next one is meetings of creditors and contributories and the winding up of the company. Meetings are generally held at the official receiver's office. However, the insolvency rules 2010 have introduced provisions that allow the official receiver to hold meetings remotely. This may be done, for example, via the use of a telephone conference system or by accessing a web-based forum. Details of the arrangements must be given in the meeting's notices. This is the ending stage of this session, that is conclusion or summary of this session. The secretary of a company is mainly concerned with the conveying and concluding of the meetings of shareholders and directors. He is saddled with a heavy responsibility in conveying and conducting the meetings. He has to properly convey meetings, means arrangements for them, assist in the proceedings and keep records of the proceedings of the meetings. The meeting should be lawfully conveyed and properly constituted. If something goes wrong in the proceedings at the meeting would become invalid. Therefore, the secretary must have a thorough knowledge of the law and procedure leading to sets of meetings. So this is about the session 34 in relating to types of corporate meetings. So this is an end of this session. Thank you. Thank you to one and all.